Hey, what's up, everybody? Rob Gill, Epic Financial Strategies, and today we're going to talk about how to create wealth and at the same time save money on taxes. Well, I'll tell you one way not to create wealth and save money on taxes, and that's invest over the long term into a 401k. So here's the philosophy here at Epic. And once again, Epic stands for Empower, Protect, Integrate, Coordinate, and there's a reason. A lot of times in the space of financial institutions, financial planning, whatever you want to call it, you're always being bombarded with information, sometimes misinformation. And a lot of times it's in general terms, meaning it's cookie cutter and not specific for you. So if I look at it like, okay, if you're not saving any money at all, and you happen to be saving money through a 401k, well, that's good because you're saving somewhere. But the truth about a 401k, and to answer the question about creating wealth, as you put money into a 401k, unless it's a Roth, of course, you get in that year a tax write-off. The challenge is, though, when you take that money out, it's not a tax savings, it's a tax postponement that results in substantial lost opportunity costs because the money's in there during your working years. It's providing no liquidity unless there's an emergency, no disability benefits, and it's subjected to ordinary income taxes on the way out, right? So although it is proposed to you as a tax savings, it's really a tax postponement. So I don't think that if you want to create the optimal amount of wealth, and I'm not picking on a 401k, I'm just speaking in general terms, that to just do a 401k and then invest the difference in term insurance is not, and it's a slogan and it sounds really good at a cocktail party, but that's not how you create wealth. So the question is, how do you create wealth? You first have to have a game plan, right? You have to have an outcome. You have to understand where you want to go, right? And once you understand what the outcome is, you have to create a purpose. What is the purpose for that outcome? Hey, I want to make $1 million. Great. What do you want to make the $1 million? What is your purpose every single day to make that $1 million? Is it so you could go buy a Bentley or buy a chain or go to Vegas or do any of these exotic trips? Or is it because you want to take that money, redeploy it back into your business, help change humanity, serve and contribute and give to others in ways that can really keep moving your message forward? That's one way to create wealth. Understanding your purpose tied to what your outcome is. And then last but not least, you have to create a massive action plan, a map. And when you're looking at a map, you need to know where you are on the map and where you want to go, right? Once you understand where you want to go and you truly have a purpose and you're tied to something bigger than yourself, because that's the key, because then it takes away your own individual thinking, and now you're tied to a bigger purpose, a bigger movement that can help create massive opportunities. And as this happens, you begin to create money opportunities. So now the question becomes, as your money begins to get bigger, where are you going to put it? So we always believe in the strategy of diversifying within and amongst asset classes. So here's a quick example of what I'm talking about. As you begin to fund money through cash value life insurance plans, and as the life insurance cash value grows and you deploy it towards alternative investments, you're creating a science of money mindset that allows you to multiply your wealth. But you're like, okay, great, Rob, but there's no tax write-off there. And you're right. So the other question is, if you really are hell-bent on getting that water cooler write-off that the accountant wants to continually tell you to do, because their job is just to get a write-off that year, they're like a historian, they're not, for the most part, thinking about where you're going to be 30, 40 years from now, and they probably won't even be your accountant at that point. It's important to understand the game within the game. So now, if you're going to put money into a qualified plan, right, you want to make sure that that money is still guaranteed, that it's still protected from the things that you can't anticipate. So if you're a small company or business owner that has maybe 5 to 10 employees, and you're a little bit older, meaning in your late 40s and up, you may want to consider creating your own private pension plan, a 412I plan. In these spaces, you could contribute tons of money into fixed annuities, tons of money into cash value life insurance. You'll get the write-off, but at the end of when you start taking distributions, you'll get a guarantee monthly benefit, but you'll still have to pay ordinary income taxes on it. So now you're saying, all right, Rob, but you're still not answering my question. I'm going to give you one hack. If you're a business owner of a C Corp, and at the same time you pay yourself a salary, you could do what we call a tax shift. Because the C Corp is typically in that 35% tax bracket. So if I'm the owner of a C Corp and I want to pay myself a salary, my C Corp, as I pay myself a salary, has an expense write-off. And then me, the individual, takes a tax shift from 35 down to 21%. So that's a tax savings. And then the question is, where do you put that money? You could put it anywhere you want. But the real question is, you want to put it into a place that's going to give you guarantees, protection, and then be able to take that money and put it into alternative investments, i.e. utilize cash value life insurance. I'm not saying take every dollar you have and put it into cash value life insurance, but what I am saying is it's our belief and our strategy that has shown us, if that is the foundational baseline, off of that, you could begin to put money in other directions. And through this overall process of the right hand speaking to the left hand, and through understanding what the accountant's mindset is, as well as the fiduciary, I'm not a fiduciary, but at least understanding that, and you tie in the insurance agent and the estate attorney, you could then create these opportunities. And even for you out there right now. So we here at Epic are here for the little guy. If you think of the Rothschilds, the Schwabs, and all of the other tycoons at the turn of the century, they had all of their financial strategists on the same page. And they made sure the right hand spoke to the left hand. And what we've created through the Epic Wealth Builder, through a one-stop shop financial planning wellness center for individuals, business owners, corporate executives, is how to strategize and make sure all your planners, or better said, how to strategize and make sure all your strategists are on the same page for your benefit. So listen, at the end of the day, it's time for some action. Step into your greatness and own your own space. In the description below, click the link. We've set up a personal financial freedom map for you for free that'll take you through the action steps to get to where you want to be versus where you are.